G'day guys, how's it going? This is probably going to be the last video in the Mantel clock series. I'm going to show you how to put in the clock face, pendulum, and the draw pull. Right? I'm going to do things a little bit differently than they might look here, just to show you a couple of different methods of doing it. We'll probably start off with the clock face. That's probably the easiest. Now, you could, if you wanted, like find the center in here. Which would probably be easiest to do by from the top of this arc there, drawing a line right to the top. It's 170, so half of that is 85. Yeah, 85. That's the center point. We could draw a circle in, right? And then you could, push it forward, decorate it and stuff like that. Or just because, the clock face is only going there to show what it will look like at the end, we could go to Google or just, any web browser and type in a clock face. I'd probably go for a vintage clock face to look a bit, kind of fancy. Just search for vintage clock face, go to images, find one that you like. Try and find one that doesn't have a like a background or anything. It's just a basic clock face. I think this one looks pretty nice here. It would also be best if you got one. See how the outside border on this image is sort of checkered. Those checkers means it's transparent. It means there's not going to be a white square around the image. Whereas if you went on an image like this one, when you put that in, there's going to be a white background around it. You're not just going to get the clock face. There are ways you can remove the white background, but it's easiest just to try and find one that has a sort of transparent background like that. So once you've found one, I like that one. I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to Save Image As. And I'll just save it in probably just in the same, my CAD Activities folder. Easy to find. We'll call it clock face. Save. Then we're going to go back to SketchUp and we go to File. We're going to hit Import. And then we want to go to that file, CAD Activities, or the folder, and here we've got clock face saved there. So you can see it comes in and it can be quite massive like it is there, but that's okay. We want to click on the face where we want to put it, which is there, and then it gives you the option to scale it, right? So you can sort of adjust the scale of how big you want it to be. Just click somewhere random for now, make it roughly the right size, and we're going to move it into the right spot. We've got that point there, which is the exact center in the board of the space we've got. So it's probably easiest to just grab the middle of the clock, right in the middle of that circle there, move it to that guide point. And, I'm pretty happy with that size. I think that looks okay. But if you did want to modify it, there's a button over here, or it's up in the top toolbar, called your scale button. So you can click that, and it'll give you some green nodes that you can use to move backwards and forwards if you want to make it bigger or smaller. Okay, that's how we put the clock face in. Now, for the draw pull, there are a few different ways you can do it. One way to do it, which I'd probably recommend for you guys, it's not letting me do it on this computer at the moment because I'm not actually at school and I'm not on the school internet, I think. You can go in here to the 3D warehouse and you can, might not let me. Yeah, it's asking me to sign in. There's a 3D warehouse here where you could search up draw pull, you could search up pendulum, and you could find things like that people have already modeled and you can put them into your model. So you could find a draw pull that you like and put it straight in. I'd probably prefer it if you guys had a crack at drawing something yourself. That'd probably be better. So one way you could do it, and the one that's on here, I don't know if I've got a closer view of it, but this one, as you can see there, it's pretty much identical to how we did the finials on top, right? It's just a little circle that's been had a design drawn on it and swept around. So you could do just a little knob draw pull like that. I'll show you another one, which is one that you guys are probably more likely to put onto your project because it's a good cheap draw pull, pretty classic. It works quite well. To do that, we're going to need to find the center of the draw pull of the draw front. So we go from that corner to that corner with the tape, that corner to that corner. That gives us the middle. And what we're going to be going for is I don't know the name of it, and I don't even know how to describe it. So just keep watching and you'll see what I mean in a sec. From this intersection, we probably want to go out about, let's say, 70 millimeters. And then from here, we want to go out about 70 millimeters. Right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go out on the red axis from each point. If I can bloody find the red axis, there we go. And we probably want to go out about, let's say, 40 millimeters. Is that too much? Yeah, 40 millimeters too much. Let's go 30 millimeters. 30 millimeters out, and then we can we'll go all the way across to here, there, like that. So we've got those 3 lines drawn in. What we can do then is we can put a little circle in here of whatever size you want. I reckon a radius of, I don't know, 8 would probably do it. We've got the follow me tool, and we can follow this line like that all the way, and that gives us one of those kind of draw pulls. They're ones you know pretty commonly see in a kitchen. That looks a little bit big and out of proportion, so I might change the size of it. I reckon that circle's too big. So let's make that a, I don't know, let's try a 6 millimeter radius. That might look better. And again, just play around with the sizes. Play around with the size of the circle, with the width or the distance between them. Remember, you've got to be able to get your hand in there. Or and looking at that, you know, I think that actually looks not too bad. I don't mind that. So we'll leave that as is. We'll triple click on it, right click, make it a component, call it draw pull. Right, and then we can paint it. You might not want to paint it like wood. It'd be a metal of some sort. You could do a shiny aluminium or something like that, or you might even be able to find somewhere in here like gold. I reckon somewhere in one of these sections. What's that? It's glass. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, have a look around in there. You might be able to find something a little bit nicer than shiny, aluminium or something. Right, so I'll leave it as aluminium for now. That'll do. Something gold might look nicer though. Actually, let's find some gold. Let's get colors named, and I don't think they'll have a gold in here. They might just have a yellow. Synthetic maybe? Nope. Tiles? Nope. Window covers? No. All right, might just have to go with a color, and we'll pick something that looks like gold. Oh, look at that, gold right there. Perfect, nice and shiny. Okay, now for the pendulum. Basically, what you can see here in the drawing is what we're going to draw, right? We're going to draw a circle in. We can just draw it here for now, and we can move it in a little bit with a radius of, and again, it's your proportions. You're going to be given a pendulum to install. Your teacher's going to give you one. So for now, just for the sake of displaying your model, just draw it in whatever size you want. You could measure the one that your teacher has, but I haven't got one in front of me, so I'm just going to assume that it's 35 millimeter radius for the pendulum, and we're going to push that forward. Pendulum is probably, actually, we're not going to push it forward just yet. What we're going to do is from here, we're going to measure, let's say 5 millimeters down. We're going to measure 3 millimeters out that way and 3 millimeters out that way. We're going to draw a pencil line straight up, and we probably want to go up to it just needs to be hidden by the board. So maybe 75 millimeters will do it. We're going to go across on the green axis, 6 millimeters, and then down to there. We can now erase this line, and we've got one sort of continuous pendulum shape. We can push this, I don't know, probably just 3 millimeters or so. Might be a little bit thicker than that. Oh no, actually it's quite thin when you get it. But yeah, that's the gist of it. We'll triple click on that, make it a component, and we'll call it Pendulum. Save. We'll paint it gold as well. There we go. Okay, now we just got to move that into the right position. So to do that, might be a little bit tricky. I would probably go on the red axis, hold down Shift, and we want it to be in line with, hang on. Let's get on the red axis, hold down Shift, and we want it to be in line with the back edge of the plywood. Okay, sorry, hold on, I need to grab this face, the front face, and line that up with the back edge of the plywood. Okay, then we just need to move it left and right on the green axis until it's in the center. So I'll move it right out of the way and then come back on the green axis. And I'm lining that up with a center line there just by eye. That looks pretty good. Okay, so there's my pendulum in the center. I'm going to edit, delete guides, and that was a pretty quick and easy, cheap way to get your pendulum and stuff in. Right now, like I said, just in the model, it doesn't really matter what what you make that out of, what size it is, because you're going to be given your pendulum, you're going to be given your clock face, and you're going to go out and buy your draw pull. This is just to indicate that those are going to be there on the real life model. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. That's the mantle clock done and dusted. If you followed through with that, well done. That's a pretty tricky SketchUp project to do. And yeah, like I said, if you haven't started modeling it yet, if you've just watched all the videos, my recommendation would be get creative with it. Try a bunch of different designs, patterns, customize it. Don't just copy what I've done on here. Make it your own. Make it unique. And also, I feel really bad about this one. I left this little gap in here. I wish I'd done that right. But anyways, whatever. It still looks good when you look at it from here. Just don't look too closely. All right. Good work, guys. I'll start the tutorials for the bedside table shortly, and you can start modeling that once you finish the mantle clock. All right. Good work, guys. Catch you later. Where's my thing? How do I finish this video? There we go.